Okay, so you'll have already seen the first part, and I've also added on a video for you. It's just a minute long, just to show how to say each of the sounds, the sound pronunciation, and I am going to explain that a little bit as well. So when your children are learning phonics, we link each sound to a picture, and as you can see on the screen there, we have got some sounds. So you would look at this and talk about how it looks like a snake. And the children really are linking that letter with the picture, not only to help with the sound, but also to help them for writing, because they can kind of visualize that picture, hopefully later with lots of repetition and review. So on there, you can see this links to the snake, the links to the dinosaur, the links to the mountain and Maisie there, and the links to the apple. So it's really simple, but it's really good if you do want to display any of these to use the Ruth Miskin Read Write Ink images, just because that's what they're using in school. Okay, so when we're teaching the sounds of the letters, with the Read Write Ink program, we teach the writing of the letters and the formation of the letters as well. So it's really important that you use the when you're addressing the letter. So you use the sound of the letter rather than calling it M, which is from the alphabet or the grapheme. Because what we want them to do is we want them to recognize that links to Maisie. So when we're teaching we would say Maisie, mountain, mountain. Just realised that's probably backwards for you, so I'm going to do it the other way around. So Maisie, mountain, mountain. And the children will learn that little rhyme, and as you can see on the screen, there are quite a few. So for apple, we would go, I'm just going to think of the right way to do it, around the apple and down the leaf. And we do lots of really big air writing. We use chalks, we use paints, we use paintbrushes dipped in water. Whatever way we can, we mark make, and we show the formation of the letters with your children. So if ever you want a nice game, outdoor game, however you want to do it, you could have a little game about forming the letters. And it's really important that they do their gross motor, so their large skills first, to then be able to focus down in and use their fine motor. So that's the use of actually using a pencil, a paintbrush, an actual mark making tool to form the letter. So as you can see, they've all got a rhyme, and we will give you a printout of each letter and the way that it is made up. When they're quite confident with saying Maisie, mountain, mountain, we would then just say when we're writing. So and just say the letter sound as they're writing it. So something that you'll hear your children and you'll hear us talk about lots is blending. And blending is an extremely important part of the phonics process. Lots of children might be able to recognize their sounds. They might be able to say their sounds correctly with the correct pronunciation, but they might not be ready for their blending yet. And that can often be to do with your listening skills, to do with concentration levels. So lots of children will be at varied points with their phonics journey. So blending is basically bringing the sounds together. And I just wanted to give you an example of why pronunciation is so important. So if I was going to blend the word sat, if I was using phonics with correct pronunciation, I could say at, sat, and that blends together really easily. So I'm bringing those sounds together. If I used incorrect pronunciation and I said s, a, t, sat, sa'ata, I would find that really difficult to blend those sounds together because I'm putting a bit of a on the end of my consonants. So that's why it's really important not to say s, but to say s, not to say t, but to say t. So that's something which lots of people, grown-ups, will need to practice, and that goes on regularly in my house as well, practicing how to say the sounds properly, and I'm sure it'll happen in your houses as well.